rolling along. Welcome back, you guys. Laura here. We're going to be doing variety of eyeliner shapes today, and we're continuing our eyeliner and eyelash video week. So we are going to begin talking about, and I'll be posting, I'll move over a little bit. We'll be posting on this side. I'll be putting the different eyeliner shapes as I'm talking about them, so you know what I'm talking about, and it's not too confusing for you. But welcome. Get your drink, get your coffee, get your water, get your whatever, and your paper, your pen, and yeah, take some notes because it's going to be interesting. There's so many different types of eyeliner. We're going to begin with parallel lines, the parallel lines. So to intensify the top line, you can draw on a white eyeliner right below it, and or eye paint. So parallel lines. So that's like, you put this black here, and then you could put white straight above it, and it will pop the black, obviously, and make it more exaggerated. And you can do the double line white, and then another line as another take on the parallel lines. And it gives a kind of cool, funky, weird effect. And yeah, it's one of the eyeliner looks. We got a ton to go through, so I'm going to do these kind of fast. Okay, so then we've got rounded eyeliner. Meet the cat eye's low-key cousin, rounded eyeliner. The spherical shape along the outer corners of the model's lids, eye-defining pencil. The shimmer looks like an incredible multi-dimensionality. So what a cool idea to round out the end of the eyeliner. So we always do these lines, we always do these points, but you know, for a twist and for fashion, we do weird things. Obviously, look at me today. So rounded eyeliner might be something to try if you've never tried it. So I'm going to, you know, challenge you guys to do some of these different liner looks. So that's the next one, rounded eyeliner. All right, the floating wing. I mean, there's a variety of ways to do this. And some of the singers of the 60s, at first glance, it barely looks different from any other cat eye. But if you look closely, you'll notice that as the lines extend out, they float up above the lashes. To get the look, paint a cream formula along the lash line with a fine tip brush, and then trace the liquid liner on top. Layering the liquid over it helps set the gel. And I do this like what I was explaining to you guys. I put layers and layers and layers. So you can like paint up. So just keep in mind, like when you do a wing, you could do a floating wing. Well, this is sort of a, I guess, a version of a floating wing. And it gives a cool, interesting effect, especially when you're looking from really far away. Those kinds of things really catch the eye. So just, you know, play around with ideas like that with the floating wing, and see, tracing liquid liner on top is going to cement it and make it look sharper and stronger. So the depth building really helps the liner stand out more because it can kind of like get faded. So play with it and make sure that it's standing out to your happiness, to your effect. And of course, there's no rules as to what color it can be. Gosh, you can play, you can do floating wing in any color, and that would be super cool. All right, we're going to the next one. So we've seen that, well, we're calling this one Cleopatra's Realness. And when you've seen like multiple ding, 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 you know, like lifts on the liner, so that it's not just like one solid wing, it's like multiple little baby, teeny tiny wings, after heavily lining the upper and the lower lash lines. And then you're going to do some flicks. That's the Cleopatra Realness, we're calling that one. And it's a cool look, it's a strong look, it's a bold look. It'd be for a reason, not maybe an everyday look, but why not play with it all? The lived-in eyeliner look. Smudging a black eye pencil along the upper and lower lash lines, blending brush, and then sweeping. You could sweep purple shadow, glittery shadow, so you're making it look like smudgy, almost like running down. That's a cool look too. And you could even stick some like something oily, or like oil slick from Vanessa Myricks, or you could even, you know, use other mediums to make it kind of greasy almost, where it's sort of smoky and dragged down. That's such a cool look. Almost like your mascara is running, like you've been in the rain, but it's sexy. I love that look. That's the lived-in liner look. And basically you're going to smudge black eye pencil along the upper and lower lash lines with a blending brush, and then purple glittery shadow or another color on the outer corners of the lids. Apply pencil etching along the water lines to add more definition. You definitely need the water line done for this look to make it look super cool, just to give you a heads up. This next one is called a hooked wing. A hooked wing, a classic wing lines with a cream formula, extending them out past the outer edges of the eyebrows, using a cream eyeliner, leaving a space between the lines and a sharp graphic angle. So you might be going like real thick here and then way out, way out, way out. Like, it's super exaggerated and funky, but you can play with the exaggeration of it and see, and that obviously there's so many variations on how you can hook the wing, and so play around with that idea as well. This one's kind of a cool idea. It's a scattered lines look, and this is kind of artsy rock and roll look. It was you could try using like an unwaxed dental floss and then press it around along the top and the bottom lids. You could even use the line and just kind of like make a little design with dental floss just by rubbing it in. Either you can use like anything that like a gel liner will work. You can even take a little bit of mascara product on there, anything like that. Liquid liner, but paint the dental floss and make it cool. That's just an idea, so play with that one. So I kind of have this next one today. They're calling it the underliner. The underliner is like sort of what I've done. I brought this lower here and extended the bottom out. And I'm really focusing on the bottom underliner. And you can put it in the Foxy Eye family, I guess, where it's a sort of that strategy where you're trying to like really focus on the under and using, you know, the shape of the eye to exaggerate it. And you could wing that out as far or as little as you want to, but and you can even bring it way further. So that's the underliner liner. Okay, this next one is kind of neat, and you can use a few things. Like you can use like a fan brush. This one is called the wispy brush strokes. The feathered liner doesn't have to be worn near the lash line to bring the drama. Dip a small fan brush using black cream formula and put several strokes on either side of both eyes. This can also potentially work just using a wand where you've got you know, separated bits that are going to hit the skin, and you can give a weird, funky, dramatic effect by painting the skin in this kind of like wispy brushstroke manner, and it's just a funky, cool look that you might want to do for a photo shoot. So keep those in mind. Twin flicks, that's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to flick and then you're going to flick again, and it gives a cool little look and, you know, a little edge to the eyeliner. So that can be done any old way. Any eyeliner product can do that, and you're just going to flick the end twice instead of just doing a single flick. So one other area that you can have a little fun with is your tear duct area. So this one is called the overextend. So that is where you're taking this and you're separating from where this is conjoins here, and you're bringing it lower, overextending, and creating a little bit of drama because of that overextend. That is a neat look to do for, you know, for fashion or for whatever reason. And so keep that in mind. Don't forget the tear duct, and you can build in some weird structure in the inner corner as well. The exaggerated cat eye, and I mean, it's not for the faint of heart, because you do have to try to get the symmetry right, and that is just what it says. Like, you know, we think about Amy Winehouse or whatever, where you have a super extended eyeliner, exaggerated cat eyeliner, and you can play with the shape of what the end is, and depending on the shape of the eye, if you've got a good crease area there and not a lot of hood, you can really play with the extension there without any holds barred. If you've got any hoodedness, you have to be careful that it doesn't get caught up in the hooded area. So exaggerated cat eye. The next one's cute. It's the squiggly eyeliner liquid. You could use a stamp or a liner before pressing it. The result is an imperfectly perfect jagged line that takes seconds to make. So you can either do it with a stamp, you can do it with a stencil, or you can do it with your creative hand and just do a squiggly line, and it creates interest. And so all of these things will add to your repertoire when you're creating looks. Let's not be boring. Let's try new things. Squiggly line. So doing double arches, that's kind of neat. It's kind of like reminding me of the 1960s. So, you know, you can do an eyeliner that is following the socket bone when drawing this liner. So basically it's like a graphic, right? It's like a graphic, but maybe it's going to be more in here. And you can bring the line beyond the tails of your brows, finish it off with, you know, really cool clumpy lashes. So you could do like a graphic line that's really big on the socket area, and that look is super in, and you can use funky colors as well. Gel liners are great for this. If you want to do it in pencil first and then cover it with gel, and you know, go layer by layer and powder it on top. Just make sure it's not going to move anywhere, because sometimes when you have stuff up here on the eyelid and there's heat in the eye, it can slide around. So just make sure it's solid before you commit and before you're in the photo shoot or whatever it is you're doing that look for. Right, last but not least, we're going to talk about the heavy 360-degree eyeliner. That is just like a super powered eyeliner all the way around. Thick, 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 heavy, heavy, heavy. You might lift out a little bit on the outside. You're probably going to use a combination of pencil, also gel, and maybe some powder, and you might do some paste, and you're going to really like build layers and make it look dramatic and exciting. You might even like get all that eyeliner in place and then put like something like Vaseline in there so that it gets a little bit gummy and shiny. So remember all of the different textures as well that you can play with, and there's no hold bars with colors, so you might do that with purple, who knows. So that is it for explaining out some of these different shapes, just to give you guys some inspiration, because we need that, and we have to remember we're in a creative business and we have to keep our creativity juicy. So don't forget to get creative and juice it up. Your assignment on this one is to try at least 3 eyeliners you've never tried before, and comment below, let me know how it all goes for you. I'm excited to hear back. And let's roll out. We're going to start into eyelashes tomorrow. Eyelashes for eye shapes. We're cruising right along.